Did you bring it with you
I have it right now. I can
in
withdraw.
cash?
I have.
Wait a minute. Did you bring it in cash?
Not bring all the way to cash. No, I have it on debit card in my bank account right now.
You don't listen to me very well. Come on. I thought you were gonna bring the money with you. I don't want him sitting around here. Why aren't you listening to me? I mean, I've gone out to the property and looked at it twice early in the mornings with my court officer. How are you gonna take care of this now? When can you be back with the money?
Go
Well,
obtain,
what's immediately?
go obtain the money orders and come right back.
I don't know where you're gonna get the money orders. Where are you going?
I'm going to go if you want. Get money orders, I can go to the bank.
You can't get the Walmart on Allen Road, man.
Yeah,
So I don't want this guy waiting around here all day.
I can be back
Within an hour?
within the hour.
It's 10 minutes to 11 right now. What time are you gonna be back?
Be back in.
You don't listen very well. You do not listen very well. I told you to bring the money with you. These guys got better things to do. I'm setting aside the default judgment. But you don't have the money to pay right now, and I find that you owe the money. How much are you asking? I'm gonna give you a judgment again. That's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna start the writ date over.
Very well, Your Honor.
Give me your-
Current balance is $3,168.91. And I believe that does not include the court costs. I'm checking now. No, it does not include the cost of $187.07. So that's going to take us to $3,355.98.
I'm giving them a judgment. I'm giving them a writ date of April the. It's gotta be the 13th. So I'm setting aside the default judgment. Possession judgment will enter for 3355.98, and the writ date will be April 13th. You got to get him the money. I don't know why you don't listen to me very well, Mr. Castillo. I mean, if you didn't know how to fill out the motion, you should have inquired. You could have inquired of me. I would have explained it. Then you could have inquired of the civil department. Instead, you left. I told you to bring the money here. You come here with not enough money. I mean, you got to listen better and stop paying these guys so late. That's it. Thank you. You're going to prepare a judgment today?
Your Honor, we will file a judgment. I call my office right now.
Thank you very much. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Nice to meet you. All right. Kimberly Marie Galasha. 25W835356. Is Mr. Crawford out there? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
You call
He said Mr. Crawford just left there.
It's just sitting right next to him.
Congressman Haynes is ready on these two.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Good.
Did you?
I wasn't involved. Yeah,
That's great.
good. Glad to hear that. All right. Are these, there were
Yep.
people against, Bryce Isaiah Jacobs, 25W840947A and B.
Yeah, good morning, please report here with me, Mr. Bryce Jacobs, and the reports in randomly for me, standing.
Okay, sir, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Your name?
Bryce Jacobs.
All right, so I'll enter a not guilty plea. We have two charges here. Possession of a concealed weapon, so I'm indicating he stands mute on both. We have possession of concealed weapon under count 1. I understand he's going to plead guilty to that. That will be under the Home Vehicle Trainee Act. And then as to count 2, that's going to be dismissed, true?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yeah.
All right, if you plead guilty here to this, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. I'll take your plea under HIDA. I'll set terms and conditions after I order a pre-sentence report. If you're compliant with those at the end of the specified period, the case would be dismissed. And it would be a non-public record only. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand and advice of rights form here today? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right. To the charge possession of a concealed weapon, how do you plead? On November 29 to 25 at 4:10 in the morning, were you on Westner, Godeth, and Woodhaven in a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did you have a concealed weapon?
Yes.
That was not a locked container and it was under the seat. Is that true?
Yes.
Loose?
Yes.
You didn't have a concealed pistol permit, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't publish.
Are you on probation or parole? You got to answer for me.
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to that charge under count 1. I'm going to dismiss count 2 on motion of the prosecutor. I'm gonna order a pre-sentence report. And then we'll have you back here for sentencing. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, give me 1 second, please. I never set bond conditions. Yeah. Were you ever printed on this case? You weren't fingerprinted, were you?
Yeah, I was.
No, let me just double check. Heather, can you double check that for me? I don't see the CCH in here. I see his traffic record. It's probably in the other file. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll run his
continue your
record.
bond. I'm gonna continue your bond to $300 on the 9478 case. I've dismissed the B, so I'm transferring that over to the A file. So essentially, you're gonna have 5,010% on the A file. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No contact with prosecution witnesses. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I'm ordering a pre-sentence report. Those are your bond conditions. Again, you can't leave the state. You understand that, true
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a sentence date. When will that be, Heather?
We could do April 15th at 8:30.
All right. Good with you guys? April 15th at 8:30. How long are you gonna be here, Mr. Haynes?
My last day is May 15th.
Can you do a court to school for me at Trenton High School? I'd love to have you.
What day?
April 30th. Is it the 30th?
Yes, at 9 o'clock.
Can't do it that day.
No. Okay, we'll do April 15th then. Go ahead.
Judge, I'm sorry, I just ran his record and I'm not showing that he was printed.
They.
We'll do April 15th at 8:30. And you have to go over to get fingerprinted and photographed. I don't have an order. I'm writing it on the bond sheet.
They did that to me 2 times. They fingerprinted me.
Call over there, Heather, make sure something didn't happen, but you otherwise, either way, you're gonna have to go over there unless she tells you you don't have to because there was a mistake and they have the prints taken. So you're gonna have to be over there by 1 p.m. today, okay? Do you understand that?
Is your print order still in the file, Judge, also?
Do not see it.
Okay,
I do not see it, but let me double check the other one. No, there was never a print order put in here, I don't think.
let me see if there was one printed too. That'll tell me.
So you'd have to go over there by 1. If she tells you you don't, that's fine, okay? And then she can go down the hall, get your notice, and over to probation where you will be interviewed, okay? Pre-sentence report. Anything else?
No, yes, thank you.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Did you ever find Galasha?
Your Honor.
She's not in the building. She didn't check in with me, so I don't know what that.
Never checked in the funds.
I don't know what happened on that.
Yeah. One more, right? Yeah.
You got something?
Just got it going.
What's that?
Yeah,
He's filed,
I put one more on the thing.
but he's filed the bond. Do you need to review this now before I do anything? So do
You
you
want to
want
speak to the prosecutor?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, can you bring cards down for me?
Okay.
Okay. I know, right, he's gotta go get the $25 fee and bring that back, but I just didn't know if you need to.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
yep,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Kimberly Marie Galash, 25W835356. Your name?
William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven, Your Honor.
I'm confused. She hasn't been here. We canceled the warrant today. I've been calling her. She isn't here. You filled out a
Is
dismissal.
this the loitering in a controlled substance house, Judge?
You said controlled substance tested negative.
Correct.
Now
This
they
is
press.
off the docket. The defendant is not here. The warrant has been already withdrawn,
How-
I believe, from what I understand. So this, in essence, is a housekeeping motion to null and cross, Judge.
Okay, good enough. I thought so, but I didn't know, how did the warrant end up being canceled? Because you asked for the file?
That I do not, I think that was correct.
Okay, that was the only thing that confused me. Your motion, case dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. All right, what else do you have? You have, come on up here, ma'am. Alexis, Rachel, Leanne, Seiler, 26W840618A and B.
Everyone needs to have Ms. Tyler's place, the regular, they were former reach, everything.
Ma'am, your name?
Alexis Rachel Ann Tyler.
All right, so I have an operating with the presence of drugs and a resistant obstruct. I'm entering not guilty pleas indicating defendant stands mute. So all we're gonna do then is set this for a, we're just setting this for a picture. Just surprised they filled this out, cost of recovery. $1,000 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. Did you get fingerprinted, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
$1,000 personal bond. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You cannot leave the state. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. If you want a court-appointed lawyer going forward, you're gonna have to fill out a petition for one, okay? And we'll give you a court date on this one out of Woodhaven. Heather, for when?
That'll be April 15th at 9:45.
April 15th at 9:45. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else?
No, yeah.
Good luck to you, ma'am. Again, if you want a petition for a court-appointed lawyer, you're gonna have to fill one out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
That's for court election.
Judge, there's a discovery order from the prosecutor.
That's for the lawyer?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't need it, you won't,
Yeah, you want a lawyer.
you got one more. Mr. Crawford has 2 more he's working on now.
And we also still have those 2 felony arraignments that Mr. Baldwin is still in on one and needs to speak with the other still.
Okay. So I filled out this order for discovery. and the bond sheet. And so you can take those out. I'm putting them in the file A, the operating presence. All right. So you got 2 arraignments left.
Baldwin has 2, Crawford's still working on 2, Mr. Eanes says.
All right, we'll adjourn it to the 15th, Heather.
Yes, we can do 10 o'clock.
10? 10
Yes,
a.m.
Judge.
You're all set. Go down, I'll get your notice. Thank you. Dennis James Smolinski, 26W841, 702 A and B.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael, Representative Mr. Smolinski, who's approaching.
Your name, sir?
Dennis James, I'm not forgetting.
All right, so this is gonna be a plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And that the prosecutor is going to dismiss the suspend charge. And then prosecutor is also going to dismiss the no proof of insurance and the expired plea. That's what they wrote down.
I think that might be an error by the prosecution because that is so similar to the other case before the court.
Well, what am I supposed to do here? I'm gonna plead.
Bottom line is, Your Honor,
He's taking a plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and 1 to impeding.
correct.
And then they're going to dismiss the no proof and the defective equipment. Well, that was just a warning.
Yeah, that was just a warning.
Well, why's he got 3 charges in?
He made an error, it sounds like.
Okay, good enough. So he's going to plead to impeding on the no insurance. And then he's going to plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And the prosecutor is then going to dismiss the no proof and the suspend. True?
True.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yeah.
If you plead to allow an unlicensed driver to drive, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. If you plead on the impeding, that's 0 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? To the charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead? You got to keep your voice up.
Guilty.
On March 5 of 26, were you in control of the 2013 Chrysler that was being operated on I-75 southbound or west in Woodhaven?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed or suspended or revoked or denied, and was that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you on probation or parole? Anybody force you to plead guilty? The charge of impeding traffic, responsible and not responsible? Do you plead responsible to
Yeah.
impeding? Okay, I'll accept that plea. Accept the plea to allow an unlicensed driver to drive, dismiss the suspend, dismiss the no proof of insurance. Does he have insurance now? All right. What would you like to say? Anything?
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, so my client is employed, but unfortunately, he was off work for a couple of months, so things have been a little bit on a tight one. Otherwise, he could have resolved these issues a little bit sooner, Your Honor. So he's asking for some leniency on fines and costs as he'll be proposing the payment.
Your record isn't stellar either. What would you like to tell me? Anything?
You don't have to say anything.
100 fines, 125 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. 350. Or 90 days on the allowing unlicensed driver to drive, and on the impeding 185. Your total here amounts to 535. How much of that can he pay right now?
Your Honor, you can't pay anything right now, but he's asking if you give him to April 22nd, he should have everything paid off.
Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You sure? If you don't have, I'll give you until April 22nd. If you don't have the money, no problem. Just come and talk to me, okay?
Okay.
But don't ignore me, all right? Okay, good luck. Thank you. Brian, Karen Nicole Bryant Obiocha, 26W841-705, A and B and C.
We're going to be like a coffee, the defendant, Procedural, now station name for the record.
Peter Bryant.
All right, so she's going to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. She's also going to plead responsible to impeding traffic. And then the prosecutor is going to dismiss the suspend charge, which is file A, the no proof of insurance charge, which is file B, and the expired plate charge, which is file C. Is that true?
That's true, Your Honor.
Is that what you would like to do, ma'am?
Yeah.
If you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And if you plead to impeding, that's 0 points. It won't go on your record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign an advice of rights form here today? Plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. You'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of impeding traffic, do you plead responsible or not responsible?
Uh.
Were you in control of a motor vehicle, a 2002 Ford that was being operated on March the 7th of 26 at 12:55 a.m. on Allen or Van Horn in Woodhaven?
Yes.
She allowed somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole? Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accept it to that charge. Please accept it to impeding. The suspend's dismissed, the expired plate's dismissed, and the no proof of insurance is dismissed. I want to make sure that those detectives have been given calls on those cases if there are arraignments on felony charges.
Okay.
Right. Okay. All right. What do you want to say? Anything? This was just an expired license as opposed to a revoked or suspended, which isn't as bad. So I'll give you that.
Thank you, Your Honor. She apologizes to the court. She just kind of lost track of time, had a few things going on at the time. But right now, she's got a valid driver's license, she's got proof of insurance. You should pay to get her plates in order. So she's good to go to drive, Your Honor. You won't see her here for this type of activity. So she's asking for some leniency, and we'll be composing an opinion.
On the do you want to say anything, ma'am?
Yeah, I didn't know my tax was expired. I don't know why I thought that, because I just got my tax like then, I don't know, just over the summer. So I thought, I didn't know, I'm thinking I can drive through 2006. 2026. Because it says 226, but it's supposed to say 27. So I didn't know my tax was expired. But I got it, yeah.
Where do you work?
I work next door at Applewood. So I was just out on my lunch break, want to get something to eat real quick.
And now we can't use Allen Road.
Right.
150 on the impeding. And again, like I said, this is different than driving on a revoked or suspended. 25 fines. This is on the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. 25 fines, 25 costs, 75 victim rights, $50 justice assessment. So it's 175 or 30 days plus 150 or 3.25. How much of that can she pay? All of it?
No, Your Honor, she can't pay that. She's proposing a payment arrangement. She can afford to pay $50 every 2 weeks starting February the 16th. April 16th. That's her next quick check.
All right. She's going to pay $50 bi-weekly beginning April the 16th, Heather. I'm going to have her pay first on the impeding and then $50 bi-weekly on the A file after fines costs paid on the B file, which was the no proof of insurance where she's pled to impeding. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you ever don't have the money, it's not a problem. Don't get upset. Just call the court or come down here as long as you're 8:30 in the morning on any due date. Call the court, either come up here or on Zoom, either one. I'll be glad to give you an extension. Okay?
Okay.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank
All right. Is Mr. Baldwin ready with the two felonies?
Yes.
Okay, bring them in.
So-
And
sorry,
does he
Judge,
have
I
the
was-
files? He has the files, doesn't he? Who's he here for? What room is he in?
All right, Judge, I'm sorry. So Brownstown, going to be zooming in here in a moment. He's still in with one, and we have one ready, but that one is a state police one on that felony arraignment. I don't have a contact for that.
They don't, it's fine. What is it? What kind of charge is that?
Fleeing vehicle and reckless driving.
What's the first charge you said?
A fleeing vehicle.
Fleeing and eluding and then reckless?
Yes.
I'll just handle that.
Okay. And yes, and then someone from Brownstown will be on in just a moment for
Okay.
the other one.
You sure it's taking a lot of time on this?
Yes. I can close the breakout rooms if you want me to pull them in, because I know that the Monroe County one, he said his iPad did not have much battery left on it.
Yeah, you bring them in and tell Mr. Baldwin to bring the files in, please.
Okay, I'm just gonna close the breakout room.
All right. Mr. Smith, we'll be right with you, sir, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what room Mr. Baldwin's in though, Heather.
He should be in probation in the MIDC room.
Oh, Madeline, bring this one. Your name?
Reginald Wilson, Jr.
So we have multiple charges here of failure to comply with probation, and they failed to blow into the Soberlink device on March 19, 21, 23, and 24. How is he going to proceed?
Now, my client will pick you up at this time. We've talked about everything.
As I understand, these were late blows.
Your Honor, I talked to Mr. Wilson about this, and obviously you've seen his schedule in front of you. He did make on the 2 p.m. blows, he's telling me he thinks he just fell asleep and missed those. On the 2 a.m. blows, he was at work, he provided a 4 o'clock specimen, he provided a noon specimen, and from his memory, he thinks he might have blew late on one of them, but that's his recollection.
All right. We talked about this at sobriety court this morning a little bit. The probation officer was here, and my understanding was it was just not submitting the timely blows. I'm going to go ahead and take the plea as though that was the case. If you plead guilty here, this would be 4 technical violations. You could have your probation revoked, and you could be incarcerated for up to 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yep. Yes.
All right. And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your name, please.
Madeline Marcus, probation.
First one today for her, right?
First one, yeah, first one.
All right. So my understanding is he just submitted, he didn't blow into these timely, right?
Correct. So the first 2 counts 1 and 2 that are listed, he did blow late. So they were, I believe, 40 minutes late and 48 minutes late. Counts 3 and 4, he did not make up those blows.
All right. So do you understand all the charges here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to ask you, and you understand if you plead guilty, you're giving up all of these rights on the advice of rights, true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Sparrow, I do have a new appearance from you, do I not?
I will get you one. I did not follow it.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to do that here.
There.
Would you hand him one, Sadie? All right, to the charge that you failed to blow into your Soberlink on March the 19th at 8 p.m. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to blow into your Soberlink on March 19th at 8 p.m.?
Yes.
Count 2 that you failed to blow into your Soberlink on March the 21st at 8 p.m. How do you plead?
Guilty.
You failed to do that.
Yes.
Count 3 that you failed to blow in your Soberlink on March 23rd at 8 a.m. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count 4 that you failed to blow in your Soberlink at 8 a.m. on March the 24th. How do you plead?
Guilty.
All right. And did you fail to blow into your Soberlink at 8 a.m. on March the 23rd as well as 8 a.m. on March the 24th?
No.
I'm asking, did you fail to do that?
Yes.
All right, and then you did not blow into the sober link on the 19th at 8 or the 21st at 8 PM, correct?
Correct.
All right. Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Plea is accepted to those 4 counts. Okay. Did he blow into the sober link on the 23rd at all?
He did, yep.
How much longer after 8 AM?
He did it again, so 4 hours later was the noon.
How about on the 24th?
Same with that.
At noon?
Yeah.
All right, anything?
Your Honor, speaking with, Mr. Wilson, here, he has, throughout this process, he's changed his work schedule. That is an adjustment. On the PM blows, I think he just, I think he just fell asleep early. That being said, he's taken some safeguards. He now has his phone alarm set for the different 5 minutes before each blow of the day. He's now using a smartwatch, which will vibrate, which he wasn't using before for when he has his at work. And he's also got the Alexa set on his house to where it'll tell him that it's, 7:55 or, 3:55. That being said, on one of these also, one of the 8 PMs, he provided a urine sample this morning, as part of his drug drops. Your Honor, if this was a situation where,
I don't disagree.
if this was a situation where I think he was trying to
Right,
game the system and he drank, I would have a much different argument.
I got it. All right,
I would ask you to continue to allow him to go ahead.
anything?
I messed up. I wasn't trying to beat the court or anything. Just
No, you just have to be a little bit more diligent, okay? 4 hours community service by April 21 and $50 in costs. You can pay that by April 21, okay? All right,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you very much. All right, so this was the beginning of your career there, Ms. Raptis,
Yeah,
right? All right, thank you.
Does he need to go to probation? Say, Your Honor, he should just go.
No, I think,
I consider.
yeah, okay, good luck, thanks. Haupt. Dustin Lee Haupt. 2-6-W-841-057. Your name?
Dustin, how?
Where were you?
I was at the wrong court. I have a ticket in Canton for an overweight ticket for work, and I took off out to Canton and thought that was where I needed to be. And by the time I got back here, it was already too late. I missed it.
All right. I don't remember, did you have a lawyer before, or did you waive your right to a lawyer? This is an anti-blight case.
Yeah, this is the one you recommended that I talk to the prosecutor.
Well, I mean, if you want a lawyer, I'm gonna give you a lawyer.
Yeah, I need to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay, but listen, I'm talking about a defense lawyer. Do you want a defense lawyer to represent you?
Yeah.
He waived an attorney last time, Judge.
Okay, so if you want a lawyer, I'll still give you one. If not, I'll just send you to the prosecutor to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm just talking to the prosecutor.
Okay, so you don't want a lawyer. I'm not trying to confuse you, I'm just asking. I'll tell you what, I'll send you to the prosecutor. If you change your mind between now and the time he comes and gets you, just come on back in and I'll give you a lawyer, okay? All right, thank you. That's Eli, isn't it? How you doing? I've been wondering when you were coming in. You don't need to come in the back with us. I'm just saying, when you're coming in here, you're fine. All right, Villegas. Adriana Giselle Villegas, 26W840321. Good morning, Ms. Aycock. Your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Leslie Aycock on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Villegas, who's present to my right. Can you please state your name for the court this morning?
Adriana Villegas.
All right, so you met with the prosecutor. The prosecutor is going to dismiss the super drunk charge, and your client is going to plead to operating while impaired, true?
Correct, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to that charge, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs are all those 4 points. Your license will be suspended or revoked in accordance with your record, and your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to testify at a trial. If you choose not to testify, if it goes to trial, that silence would not be held against you. You can testify at a trial if you so choose. You do have the right at a trial to question their witnesses, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in your own witnesses. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty here, though, you're waiving your right to a trial of any kind, jury or judge. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, to the charge of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Woodhaven on Western or Ford Lane in Woodhaven at 2:50 in the morning on January 10 of 26?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol prior to that? And if so, what did you drink and how much?
Yes, I did. And I had 2 beers, 1 margarita, and 2 shots.
2 shots of what?
Tequila.
All right. And was your ability to operate the motor vehicle impaired due to the consumption of that alcohol? And if so, in what way?
Yes, Your Honor. In the way that I hit a curb on the way out, and then it caused my car to break down.
You think you did that at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yes.
Miss Aycock, was this a blood draw or an intoxilizer?
Intoxilizer, Your Honor.
All right. You stipulate that the results of 0.175 were accurate.
Yes, we stipulate.
Are you on probation or parole right now, Ms. Vajegas?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
I'm going to accept your guilty plea to operating while impaired. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the super drunk. I'm going to refer you for a screening and assessment. You're going to be screened and assessed today. So I'm going to ask you to come to the courthouse. You'll go to probation. You'll fill out a questionnaire and you'll be interviewed, and then you'll come back for sentencing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's pick out a sentence date. Heather, what do you have for me?
Any interest in court to school on April 30th?
Where's that one at?
Trenton High School.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
this,
Your Honor, I'm going to be in Wayne County Circuit Court in front of Judge Wanda Evans that morning. I would not be available.
what time is that at?
9 a.m. Me?
Yeah.
From 9 a.m.
All
And
right.
that's court to school time. So we could do April 15th at 8:30.
April 15th at 8:30. Okay.
Yes, as long as the court's aware. I do have a felony, a circuit court Zoom hearing at 9, so I might kind of be bouncing back and forth.
Yeah,
That's
let's
okay.
just set another day. I don't need this to be on a Woodhaven docket day, Heather. Why don't we set it on a Monday? There's no
Okay.
restitution, so
Do you want to do the April 20th? That's a landlord tenant day, but you want to put it in on that day?
or the 13th at 8:30. What's your choice?
I'm not available the 13th. The 20th, I'm open in the morning.
You are open
On the 20th, correct.
April 20th at 8:30, okay?
Thank
And
you, Your Honor.
And you come on up here now, ma'am, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hurtado. Evan Samuel Hurtado, file number 26W841254A. Your appearance,
Good morning, Your Honor. Greg Boulahanis, P36431, on behalf of Evan Hurtado. Could you
Mr.
please introduce-
Hurtado, your name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, Evan Hurtado.
All right, so this is going to be a plea, I'm sorry, your client pled guilty to operating while impaired. He was referred for a screening and assessment. Have you had a chance to review the report with him, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, I have, and there's no material additions, corrections, or deletions, just very brief elocution, Your Honor.
Sure, go ahead.
Your Honor, I just want to make the court aware that Mr. Hurtado is working full-time, he's employed full-time, and he's also attending school for global chain management. And so he's been pretty busy. He's already done as a proactive measure before the sentencing, he's done a alcohol drug awareness class to help get ahead of this. So they asked the court to adopt the recommendation of the court probation.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Hurtado?
No, Your Honor.
Why do I get the feeling when I read this report that you're underachieving? Maybe it's just me. You went to UAD Jesuit and you graduated, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've gotten yourself in trouble now twice in a very short period of time. An MDOP, 1,000 or more, but less than 20. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a felony. You're on height of probation for that. And then you're in there and you're driving drunk and you got alcohol in the car and you got tobacco in the car and you're only 20 years old. It's time to kind of grow up here, young man. Look at me, please. I'm dead serious about what I'm telling you. You can't be doing this. You don't want to ruin your life before you get started here. 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. I'm not going to make the testing just monthly. I'm going to make it bi-weekly for 3 months, then monthly for 3, then on demand. Kratom, poppy seed, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. Did your first offense involve alcohol or drugs in any form or fashion, sir?
Your first offense involved alcohol.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to order outpatient substance abuse treatment here. He scored in category 4. I want you to, and have you shown your lawyer? Well, yeah, I want you to go to AA twice a week in person until you're in outpatient treatment. So you go to outpatient treatment, AA twice a week. He's going to hand you a form. I want you to go in person. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you. When I'm talking about that, I mean probation or otherwise. Once you get in outpatient, you no longer have to attend AA or NA. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also going to order that you go to the Victims Impact Panel. That's one night put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I'm going to order that you pay fines of $300, costs of $250. 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So fines and costs here amount to $675. Screening fee $60 for $735. Probation fees are $240 for $975. Cost of recovery. Cost of recovery is $150 for a total of $1,125. I'm also going to order that you serve 5 days jail. I'll give you credit for 1. I'm going to have you serve the other 4 on the court work program. $140 for that, $35 a day. Your total there amounts to $1,265. You may be eligible for early discharge if you are compliant with no prior violations within the preceding 90 days. After 6 months, you can come in here and you can file a petition for early discharge. Listen, I mean what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You have to get your life in order here. You're driving around. I mean, you drove into a ditch. You're on felony probation. You got alcohol in the car and you're not even able to legally drink yet. Come on. Don't do this to yourself. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal if you cannot afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bulahanis, does he have all of this to pay?
Yes, he can pay that. He can pay the 1265 today, Your Honor. And in addition, I was gonna ask, may he come up to the court to talk to the
Yeah.
probation today?
That would be great. That would be great. So come on up, make your payment, and then you'll go to probation and they'll instruct you, okay, and provide you with a copy of the order. Come on, do better than this. I know you can. Good luck. Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bulahanis. Do I have Jonathan Hubbard here? Jonathan Hubbard here? Do I have 1, 2, 3 towing and recover? Come on up here, sir. 26W841854. And I'm going to ask you to call in. Mr. McDermott, as soon as I get yours, I will call that. Your name?
Michael Shane, CHE.
Tell me you didn't drive here from Houghton Lake.
Excuse me?
You didn't drive here from Houghton Lake, did you?
Well, when I work downstate, I'm in the area.
I can't let you, this is a corporation, right?
Yes.
I can't let you appear on behalf of the corporation. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. It's not my rule. I just can't do it. You're going to have to hire a lawyer. I'll give you an adjournment, but I cannot allow you to appear on behalf of the corporation. Okay? I'm sorry. Not my rule. All right? So I will adjourn this. Oh, wait a minute. We issued a show cause against you for failure to appear and defend the corporation. This is actually going to be a show cause. Why haven't you shown up?
Because once I got back up to Houghton Lake, I work down here 2 weeks, then I go back and I stay.
Did you call the court and say, can I adjourn it?
No, because I didn't know that the letter came in the mail.
Can you spell your name for me?
CHENEY, Shane, Michael, MICHAEL.
And you are the president of the corporation?
Yes, I'm the owner.
But this is a corporation, right?
Right. Well, it's an LLC, but
I understand. So listen, what I'm gonna do is I'll adjourn this, but you need to hire a lawyer. I'm not trying to make lawyers money, but I can't let somebody appear on behalf of a corporation except a lawyer, okay?
all right.
So is 2 weeks enough time to give you to go get a lawyer?
Yes.
We have April 15th, right, Heather?
That's correct.
You want me to make it a little later in the morning for you?
Yes.
How about 10:30? Is that good enough?
That's good.
At 10:30. So you hire that lawyer. We will give you a notice down the hall, okay? Can you call in the prosecutor for me, please? Sadie, 249. And you're all set. All right?
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
And Judge, we also do have one in Calhoun County Jail.
Who's
And he's
representing who's representing him?
Mr. Crawford, he's already
Where's Mr.
met with
Crawford at?
him. He's on Zoom here also.
Okay, let's take this real quick. Derek Schultz, Derek Michael Schultz. I have 26W841842A, B, and C. I'm gonna need Mr. Urick in about 10 minutes, Lieutenant, okay? Where is Mr. Crawford? Mr. Crawford, your appearance. Mr. Crawford, your appearance, sir.
Shows that he's out here.
You have McDermott's file, Mr. McDermott.
Sure would. Yeah, was it a final?
Mr. McDermott, what case do you have, sir?
Dylan Jacob Barden, Judge.
What do the prosecutor is that?
Did you talk to the prosecutor already?
Yeah, we just need an adjournment so my client can take a driving class.
I don't know why they keep sending me that nonsense. I'm gonna call him in on that too.
I
I don't either. But I'd like to get this gentleman out of the county here.
Barden.
He just poked his head in for about 7 seconds. And
He's not, I don't know.
Dylan Jacob Barden, 267841449, A and B. I know.
Sean McDermott, on behalf of Mr. Barden, Judge, I have spoken to the
Hang on one
prosecutor.
second. Mr. Urick, your name?
William Urick, on behalf of the city of Woodhaven, Your Honor.
What do you want, a traffic? What, I don't want to do these classes. He's going 38 and a 25, right?
Well, the issue was, Your Honor, and I apologize for leaving my code.
That's okay.
Conference room. The issue was, Your Honor, that he blew a number of stop signs before the officer finally cited
We
him.
really need, these traffic classes. I'm sorry. Do we need a traffic class to tell us that we're not supposed to run through stop signs? I mean, what planet would you have to be on to have to go to a traffic safety school to know that you don't run stop signs? I just don't believe in these classes. I'm sorry. If you want to play a harder role, that's up to you. You guys, but I don't want to adjourn these out and have these guys go do.
If we could set it for a formal then, Your Honor, it would serve the same purpose.
How long is it going to take them to get through the class?
Inside 30 days, Judge.
Why is he?
So the issue is the young man, who is a young man, had a hazardous action on a moped.
Where's he at? Where's he at? I think it would be nice for him to be here next time. He doesn't
I can
have
have
to
him,
be,
Judge.
but
I
I'd
can
like
have
to
him
talk
available.
to him if he's going to drive like this. Maybe he needs to push the car. So I'll go ahead and adjourn it
Thank you, Judge.
for 4 weeks. But that's it, though. Okay. And I really want your client on Zoom next time, Mr. McDermott. Okay.
He'll be there, Judge.
All right. Adjourn it to the 29th. Is that going to give everybody enough time?
Yes, Judge.
I just don't want Mr. Urick. We'll do it at 9:00. Okay. April 29th. I just really don't want to do these class things. Okay. I really don't in the future. All right.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'll make this one April 29th. Thank you. People against Schultz, Derek Michael Schultz, 267841842A and B and C. Mr. Crawford, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Crawford representing Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz, please state your name for the record.
Derek Michael Schultz.
I have a possession of a controlled substance charge. I have possession of drug paraphernalia, and I have a retail fraud charge. As I understand, first of all, does he stand mute and waive formal reading on those?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll enter not guilty pleas form. Now, as I understand, he's going to plead guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia and attempted retail fraud. Is that true?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And, sir, state your name again, nice and loud for me, please.
Derek Schultz.
All right. So if you plead guilty, did you hear what your lawyer said?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to drug paraphernalia possession, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. If you plead guilty to attempted retail fraud, the possible penalties are up to 250 fines, 45 days jail plus costs, or all of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you plead guilty to those two charges, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the retail fraud charge on motion of the prosecutor. And I'm also going to dismiss the possession of a controlled substance on motion of the prosecutor. If you understand that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to trial by court or jury. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. Mr. Crawford, what are you doing? Are you
I'm
on something
listening, Your
else?
Honor.
Are you on something else?
No, Your Honor.
I thought you were talking to somebody. I didn't know.
I'm looking at a file while I'm listening to you, Your Honor.
Okay. If you plead guilty, you're going to be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial by pleading guilty. You're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
To the charge attempted retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Were you in the Home Depot store on Allen Road in the city of Woodhaven on February 3 of 26 at
Yes, Your Honor.
8:13 p.m.? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you in possession of drug paraphernalia? And if so, what were you in possession of and what did you use that paraphernalia for?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a water pipe for LSD.
All right. And did you commit the offense of retail fraud?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll ask you again, to the charge of retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you attempt to take property or did you take property that was offered for sale without paying for it, the intent to permanently deprive the owner, Home Depot, of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you take?
I didn't take nothing, but I was going to take some drill bits.
Some what? Drill bits?
Yeah, but I didn't take them.
Well, you must have taken something, right? Or not. You didn't put those in your pocket or conceal those initially in any way?
Yes, Your Honor. I did,
But you
but
didn't
I
get past
took
the
them
point.
out
Hang on, slow down. But you didn't
Oh,
get past the point of where did you put those?
in my pocket, sir.
All right. And then, but you didn't get past the register, I think is what you're telling me, correct?
Correct. Yeah, correct, Your Honor.
Somebody apprehended you in the store before you got
Yes, sir.
past the register?
Yes, Your Honor.
But at the time that you put those items in your pocket, did you intend to deprive Home Depot of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right now, are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise anything to induce you to plead guilty other than a dismissal of the controlled substance charge and retail fraud charge?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to find the pleas have been made voluntarily and understandingly. I'm accepting the plea to attempted retail fraud and drug paraphernalia. I'm dismissing the retail fraud charge. I'm also dismissing on motion to prosecute possession of a controlled substance. Why is he in custody and for how long, Mr. Crawford?
Your Honor, my client is in custody for another drug possession charge, Your Honor. It's pending. He's in the process of working out a plea agreement there, but it's based upon getting things at least resolved here, Your Honor. My client admits he's got a drug problem. He's trying to get into drug treatment, and he's taking responsibility for that by pleading guilty now and to the other matter. He's been in custody now already, Your Honor, for 2 months.
That happened after this case or
Yes,
before?
Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
It happened before this case, Your Honor, but the warrant came out when I got picked up for this case. They picked me up from Woodhaven.
Do you live on Buff Street in New Haven?
No, I live in Rochester now.
Okay, can you give me the address?
591 Lesperance Drive.
You're gonna have to spell
LES.
that. Hang on. 591 what?
Lesperance, LESPERANCE.
Lesperance Drive in Rochester Hills, is it?
Yes, sir. 48307.
What kind of a bond does he have on that case, Mr. Crawford, out of Calhoun?
Your Honor, I'm not exactly sure. Sir, could you state what your bond is?
25,000
Cash?
cash.
Would the court consider sentencing my client to the time served?
This is a bad record.
Well, he's got a drug problem, Your Honor. He's been plagued with it for some time, and he's trying to get it in order now, but he doesn't deny it.
Yeah, I've never been. I do have a record. It's from the past.
Well, everything's from the past. Of course, you're not convicted of anything from the future yet, but you've got cases dating back to 06.
Yeah. I'm trying to go to.
You've had 20 years to get your act together, and you're not doing it.
I recently went through a divorce a couple years ago and kind of fell off the deep end. I'm not making.
Well, you've been off the
excuses
deep
for my
end as far as I can tell since 05 or 06. I mean, not many women are gonna want to stay with somebody that's constantly in prison or jail. I mean, they're out
That's why I'm
there, they'll
trying-
still do it, some of them, but this
That's why I'm
record's
trying to
bad.
get
All right,
rehab.
look, I don't want to sentence them. I want to look at this. I'm not going to order a pre-sentence report. Let me think of what I'm going to do here. When is Mr. Crawford here again, Heather? Are you here in 2 weeks?
I should be, God willing.
Yeah, Judge, he is our Woodhaven House Counsel.
I'm going to do sentence date April the 15th. You tell me what's best time for them to put him before a camera if you know.
They seem to be I just notified them on Friday of this date because I was notified he was in Calhoun County, and they got him on today, so they seem to be pretty flexible.
Well, what time do you want it? What time did you set this one?
8:30.
Well, let's do the same, 8:30. Boy, you got to get your life in order. You're only, what, 38? Pardon? 37?
Your Honor.
I'll just let it go with that. I would like to see, Heather, if we can get something just confirming he's in custody on that and has been for whatever length of time on that 25,000 cash bond. But I'm not ordering a screening. I'm not ordering a pre-sentence report. Good luck. We'll see you back here.
Do you want to put a bond on this one?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Thank you. See, that's a good thing, Mr. Crawford. You surround yourself with smart people.
Absolutely.
And then they can correct your mistakes.
Absolutely.
Good job, Heather. All right. I'm going to make it. Thank you very much for reminding me. All right. I'm going to give you a personal bond, $5,000. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm probably just going to end up giving him credit for time served. It sounds like he's got a lot of other fish to fry here.
Yes.
No alcohol or controlled substances. Not to enter any Home Depot. Not to enter any Home Depot. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Also, again, so no alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana, cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You're not to go near Home Depot, any Home Depot. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll sentence you in a couple weeks, okay? Thank
Yes,
you.
Your Honor.
Let's call in
Thank you.
Mr. Urick. All right, I don't have the file, Mr. Mays.
Yeah.
Is it up here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. James Page, call in, Mr. Urick, though. James Lee Page Jr., 26W841132. Morning, Mr. Mays.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays, on behalf of Mr. Page. Mr. Page, state your name, please.
James Page, dude.
How you doing today, Mr. Page?
Yep. We're good, Judge.
Huh?
We're good.
He's got a little different attitude.
Well. So, Judge.
After this colloquy,
Mr. Eller.
I know, but he's gonna call him in. You know what, after he and I engaged in our little banter, when I looked at the complaint, I thought they were gonna have at the citation, I said, they might have a problem here. Then you filed the motion, and yes, so they're concurring in that. So just call him in, John.
Call him.
Your name?
William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven.
So you read their motion the defense motion to dismiss, you filed the concurrence, so you're gonna move the nollie process?
I am not moving the nollie process, Your Honor. I'm simply not opposing.
Okay, good enough. Leave it on the judge, right? But I agree with it. Case dismissed. I'll just make a note. Prosecutor filed concurrence. I wish you well, Mr. Page. I hope you never get yourself in trouble again, but if you do, just try to be a little more respectful, will you please?
Sure.
All right.
Judge, destruction of fingerprints.
You can prepare those orders.
Will do.
And have him still, I want him still to sign that is approved, okay?
This courtroom moment wasn't just about cases. It was about reality hitting hard. One by one, people stood in front of the judge, some missing requirements, some pleading guilty, others trying to explain their mistakes. But the judge made one thing clear: excuses don't change outcomes. In one case, a man failed to follow probation rules, missing required check-ins, and even he admitted, "I messed up." The judge didn't shout, but the message was firm: be more responsible or face bigger consequences next time. Then another case took a deeper turn. A young man stood there with multiple issues: alcohol, poor decisions, and a future at risk. And that's when the judge gave a serious warning. You're ruining your life before it even starts. No anger, just truth. He didn't just punish him, he gave strict probation, treatment, and one chance to fix everything. But the warning stayed the same: mess this up again, and jail is next. Because in the end, court isn't just about today. It's about where your choices are taking you tomorrow. So here's the real question. Do people change after getting a second chance? Or do they only realize it when it's too late? Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.